12th Biobotany, Chapter 4, Principles and Process of Biotechnology. In this part, we will see tools of genetic engineering. We will learn about enzyme tools in this part. In order to generate recombinant DNA molecule, certain basic tools are necessary for the process. These tools used in genetic engineering are enzymes, vectors, host organisms. In this part, we will discuss about enzymes. The enzymes used in recombinant DNA technology are restriction enzymes, DNA ligase, and alkaline phosphatase. Alkaline phosphatase is a DNA modifying enzyme. DNA ligase is a paste molecule. It joins two DNA fragments. Restriction enzymes act as molecular scissors which cut the DNA at specific place. Restriction enzymes are molecular scissors. Some bacteria defend themselves from attack by bacteriophages by producing restriction enzymes. The bacterial cells produce restriction enzymes. With the help of the restriction enzymes, they cut the DNA of bacteriophages. This is bacteriophage DNA. Restriction enzymes cut the DNA of bacteriophage into small fragments so that the bacteriophage activity is restricted. The bacterial cell is protected. The two enzymes responsible for restricting the growth of bacteriophage in Escherichia coli were isolated in the year 1963. The first enzyme adds methyl group to DNA. The second enzyme cuts DNA. The second enzyme is restriction endonuclease. A restriction enzyme or restriction endonuclease is an enzyme that cleaves DNA into fragments at or near specific recognition sites within the molecule, known as restriction sites. Restriction enzymes recognize particular sequence. In this example, the enzyme recognizes cytosine and guanine. These are called restriction sites. The enzymes cut at or near the recognition sites. There are two types of restriction enzymes. They are endonucleases and exonucleases. Exonucleases cut the end of DNA and remove one nucleotide at a time. But endonucleases break the phosphodiester bonds between nucleotides, so they cut the DNA inside also. Exonucleases are enzymes which remove nucleotides one at a time from the end of a DNA molecule. Example, BAL31 exonuclease 3. These exonucleases remove one nucleotide at a time from the end of DNA molecule. Endonucleases are enzymes which break the internal phosphodiester bonds within the DNA molecule. Example, hint to ECOR1, PVU1, HAMH1, TAQ1. Here the phosphodiester bond is broken. So these enzymes cut the DNA inside. Exonucleases remove one nucleotide from the end. Endonucleases break the internal phosphodiester bond, so they cut the DNA inside. Restriction endonucleases are called as molecular scissors. The restriction enzymes are called as molecular scissors. These enzymes exist in many bacteria where they function as a part of their defense mechanism called restriction modification system. So these enzymes protect the bacteria from viruses. There are three classes of restriction endonuclease: the type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 2 is used in genetic engineering because type 2 has recognition sequence of short nucleotides. Type 1, type 2, type 3, which differ slightly by their mode of action. Only type 2 enzyme is preferred for use in recombinant DNA technology, as they recognize and cut DNA within a specific sequence, typically consisting of 4 to 8 base pairs. The type 2 enzymes are preferred in genetic engineering because they recognize the DNA sequence of 4 to 8 base pairs. The restriction enzymes hints to always cut DNA molecule at a point of recognizing a specific sequence of 6 base pairs. This sequence is known as recognition sequence. HIND2 hint to restriction enzyme has a recognition sequence of 6 base pairs. This is a recognition sequence. In this sequence, it cuts the DNA. Totally more than 900 restriction enzymes have been isolated from over 230 strains of bacteria with different recognition sequences. Different restriction enzymes recognize different sequences. Totally 900 restriction enzymes have been isolated. Here the name given is HIND second. So each restriction enzyme gets a name. Let us discuss about the naming of restriction enzymes. The first letter of enzyme indicates a genus name, followed by the genus name, the first two letters of the species name. Then the letter comes from the strain of the organism. Finally, a Roman numeral indicating the order of the discovery. Example, ECOR1 is the restriction enzyme from Escherichia coli. First letter of the enzyme indicates genus name. So E, first letter, Escherichia, genus name. Then CO, first two letters of the species. CO, first two letters of the species. Third, strain, RY13. The strain is RY13. So R, ECOR. Finally, Roman numeral indicating the order of discovery. It was the first enzyme in this bacteria. So first endonuclease to be discovered. So 1, ECOR1. The ECOR1 has the following recognition sequence: GAATTC. In another strand, reverse order GAATTC. The restriction enzymes recognize palindrome sequences. Palindrome sequences are DNA sequences. They read the same on both the strands but in opposite direction. Example, Malayalam, MALAYALAM. If you read from the opposite side, there also MALAYALAM. This type of sequences found in DNA are called as palindromic repeats or palindrome sequences. These sequences are recognized by a particular restriction enzyme. There are two types of cuts made by restriction enzymes. Symmetric cuts. The symmetric cuts are even cuts. DNA is cut evenly at the middle. Staggered or asymmetric cuts are uneven cuts. Uneven cuts produce sticky end. Some cleave both strands of DNA through the center, resulting in blunt or flush end. These are known as symmetric cuts. Symmetric cuts produce blunt end. Let us see the example. SMA1, it is a restriction enzyme. It makes symmetric cuts producing blunt end. Staggered ends are produced by ECOR1. Some enzymes cut in a way producing protruding end, recessed ends, known as sticky or cohesive end. Such cuts are called staggered or asymmetric cut. Staggered or asymmetric cut produce sticky ends or uneven ends. ECOR1 produces staggered end or uneven end by producing asymmetric cut. Symmetric cuts produce blunt end. Asymmetric cuts produce staggered end or sticky ends. DNA ligases act as paste molecule. They join two DNA fragments. DNA ligase is isolated from T4 phage. DNA ligase facilitates the joining of DNA strands together by catalyzing the formation of a phosphodiester bond. In DNA, the nucleotides are connected by phosphodiester bond. Such bond is produced by DNA ligase in between two DNA fragments. In this way, this enzyme causes fusion of two DNA fragments. The phosphodiester bond is formed by DNA ligase in between 5' phosphate group of one strand and 3' OH end of another DNA. DNA ligase enzymes join the sugar and phosphate molecules of double-stranded DNA. Sugar and phosphate molecule. Here also phosphate and sugar molecule. A phosphodiester bond is formed. This bond formation takes place in the presence of adenosine triphosphate. So phosphodiester bond formation reaction is ATP dependent reaction. It needs ATP. DNA ligase. This is one DNA strand and this is another DNA strand. The DNA ligase causes fusion. It causes phosphodiester bond by the removal of water. This here phosphodiester bond is formed in the presence of ATP. This is phosphodiester bond that causes joining of this DNA with another DNA. The last enzyme, alkaline phosphatase. It is a DNA modifying enzyme. This enzyme is purified from bacteria and cough intestine. You know what are plasmids? Plasmids are circular DNA found in bacterial cells. The plasmids are used in genetic engineering as vectors or carriers of foreign DNA. The plasmid is opened to insert the foreign DNA called as gene of interest or insert DNA. There is possibility for the circularization or rejoining of the two ends of plasmid by the formation of phosphodiester bond in the presence of DNA ligase. So self-ligation is possible. This alkaline phosphatase enzyme prevents self-ligation by the removal of the phosphate group. Alkaline phosphate enzyme prevents self-ligation by the removal of phosphate group. Phosphate group is removed, so self-ligation is prevented. But what is possible? A foreign DNA can join in this area. It is a DNA modifying enzyme and it adds or removes specific phosphate group at 5' terminus of double-stranded DNA or single-stranded DNA or RNA. Thus it prevents self-ligation. Plasmids are opened to insert the foreign DNA, so self-ligation should be avoided. That is done by alkaline phosphatase enzyme. This is opened plasmid. The DNA ligase again causes recircularization. Now let us see what is done by alkaline phosphatase. The alkaline phosphatase removes the phosphate so that DNA ligase activity is impossible. DNA ligase activity is avoided. The plasmid remains opened, but the foreign DNA containing phosphate group at one end, OH group at another end can join. So what is prevented by alkaline phosphatase? Self-ligation. But ligation of or joining of foreign DNA in the presence of DNA ligase is allowed.